Are we back? I don't know if we're back. Are we back? I didn't click on that. Are we back? Don't know. Are we back? I think we are. Cool. So sorry about the Wi-Fi delete thing that happened. So what was I saying before all this stuff happened? Oh yes, as if I was talking about this. So yeah, it's a very spiritual, all that stuff. So, um, yeah, and just end up, calling up the voodoo witch doctor hybrid thing for this. So she's still in the workings, but yeah, her name's Cinder, and yeah, she's still in the workings. I'm not done with her yet. Decided with her for this occasion because I don't really want to put Hollow on exactly because I don't think this headset will work with that because she has fur on the outside. So next, let's see, there is Roxas. So how you spell Roxas is Roxas. Roxas is the first one I ever created and dyed fur and like everything to this dino creation. So she was my first one I have ever created. She has a flower crown and horns that can be bendable, going like that, and her fur is red and green on one side and the other side. And hers, there's one side that's all green and blues and um, look all nature and like looks all good and stuff. And like at the good side. Um, and she has like She has two different color eyes. A lot of these actually kind of do. I don't know what's that about, but it's how things are. But one side is blue and like good, and the flowers are blue and green, and then the other side is blue and black. It has a lot of black, but underneath all that black is the blue, and it has blue eyes as well, but it's a different shade of blue, and it's also black, like this one, but that's blue. So, and it's like that. And she has a white iris, being like how we have the black part. That's being white for her, and her flowers on the side are all red and black, and that's the side where it's all red and things. I think I got, yeah, it's on this side, and the big side from that side. So if I'm looking at you, this side is red, this side is green. So yeah, that's Rox's. She's the first one I have ever made, and she ends up being my good side and my bad side. When people push me to the limit, I end up, you know, being the self, and sometimes can't control what I say, but sometimes I'm just so frustrated I end up saying some truthful things to that person, And that person does not like hearing the truth. Nobody like ever hearing the truth. Oh, burns everybody. It's like, oh, the truth. So that's freaking happened. That just happened recently, actually. As I'm talking about it. So yeah, those boxes. She's the first one I ever made. Everyone loved her. She has actually pink gums on one side and black gums on the other side, and then she actually has white teeth on both sides. But she's a different mask than this one. Her teeth actually are shown. Um, I think it's a T-Rex mask for her. All the other ones are just so. They have the mouth all closed. You can't see no teeth. And then who was the second who I made? Oh yeah, it would be this one. And then third would be Hollow. And then fourth, yeah. So fourth, um, is her name's Ranger. I ended up naming her after what my father. A lot is with my father, because I'm such a daddy's girl in some ways, and he's done so much for me. I can't. I know I talk bad about him, but you know he's done so much for me. I can't imagine not having what has happened. And I think about that, so I named one out. He gave me the name Ranger because I wanted to make one based off after like an army thing. Because yeah, my dad was in the army, he was a veteran, and I'm thankful that he was able, to make it all out alive and stuff. And I hate when families end up getting lost to the war, and I don't know. I just can never imagine myself losing my dad because he's like. I literally have this on my arm because for him in a way. This is his dad's. It's his mother though. Um, I might add something on the other side of for him. And whenever I figure it out, I haven't figured it out yet. I just know that his mom was a big part of my life. She actually moved near close to us to be with us. She tried to be with us as much as she can with all as much as she was on this earth. Sadly, she did die though in 2013. So, yeah, that was a lot that happened there. So this one, I was, thinking of my dad. I bought flowers again with the flowers, but it goes here, and then she has these big ears on the side. One side is all is bent, like full over, so it's like the ear, and then it's like this. Make it kind of like I don't know. It's it's supposed to be an ear. And that one has a hole. I literally like dug a hole into the ear and made it all red. And I was like, I'm kind of maybe gonna want her to have a piercing, but we can't just use our human earrings on these things. I ended up buying a bracelet and making that is her earring. So it's now a her bracelet is it has a real shotgun ammo from the army is what the guy said, and he's did all the stuff for the military. And I'm like, I need to buy one of those. So I ended up buying one of those. So let's do her ear, and it's on one side, and then the other side is this triangle, but it's not like super triangle. It's not like a triangle. It's like that. And I made it all red, like she was, got back from the army. And I know everybody sometimes get back from the army and they're never gonna be the same again. In a way, they've seen stuff, and it can never always be unimaginable. But what you see in the army, some people end up coming back with, missing stuff, and that's why I'm just like, you know, um, just hopefully people will be able to think of what the good stuff that they've done and things. Um, so yeah, he's always done. Anyhow, so yeah, it's Ranger. She's all missing. She's has a tan back and then greens, browns, and just greens and browns. Can look. Yeah, and there's tans. But she's based off from a tiger camo. Because I'm not crazy about actual camo itself, but I didn't mind making something like a tiger scene. So she has those kind of colors schemes, and then I wear a camo bandana around her neck. Um, and she is gonna be a dog or a wolf, somewhere around that kind of thing. Because I know I'm tired of them changing it, but I know there's like certain dogs out there that actually have those jobs to do, and that's what I love about German shepherds. And I guess now it's now golden retrievers. I think that's why it's like really. I don't know. I just know I love German shepherds for that reason. Because they are just like I can be like I could trust that dog to guard my family if that ever happens. So that was Rainbow. Then there was Amber, the one that you just saw, and that was the first time I got a bird mask. So instead of looking like this, she actually has a beak. Yeah, so you see, she actually has a beak, and her thing looks all different than compared to these. And I was thinking fire at first and amber and all that thing, but how my friend, she actually came with mostly the artwork, actually the whole thing, the artwork, and I'm like, I love that, so I'm just gonna paint that and name her Amber. And she reminded me of skating, so she's like my skating side because I was skating since I was really young. I love skating. Still, I miss it to this day, but I can't just go down the road anymore. I have to like go an hour down the road and enjoy myself skating as long as I can. So that's that. And then I have another one that's wait. Can you see it? What can you see? Oh, you can almost see. And then I have that 4-in-1. I don't have a name for it, and that's my side where I am just free as the wind. I just don't care much about all that stuff anymore. As you can say, it's kind of like when I drink some stuff, because she has little wind marks, and they're all shirts in red to make it like um, leaves going through. She's all different shades of blues and stuff, and her eyes are gonna be black with some blue in the middle, looking like this most likely. Um, but I just got the eye materials. I just haven't painted them yet. But she's right now eyeless. She doesn't have eyes. Um, I've painted for her. And I think that's the last one that I've gotten recently. I have another one, but it's just I haven't painted it yet. I don't know. I got from you know, Halloween stuff. I just happened at Halloween time, and it's a Halloween mask. It's a good mask, so I'm gonna do something like that. Maybe something to do with horror as well. Have two different sides. I don't know. So yeah. Um, so they all have names mostly, um, except for the one that's a goat. Yes. All of them have a name though, and part of me except for Puppet. Puppet just a Comic Con cosplay thing. Um, just Puppet. Out of all the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, I like Puppet and Springtrap. I think that's it. I can maybe like Lore, but it's just always been Springtrap and Puppet for me. And I was thinking make a Springtrap a long time ago, but I just made Puppet and I'm like, I don't ever really make Springtrap anymore. Because I feel like it's gonna take so much. And I don't know where to start because he has exposed fire everywhere, and I don't know. He's just it's a cool animatronic. Like Puppet, but Puppet's easier and I can deal with and things. So yeah, that's all like my full side. But yeah, that's so Rangers, Life and Protector. She, if you want to put them in like age groups, Ranger's the oldest, even though she was like the last one that got made. She's the oldest though because she's like I feel like she's like my guardian, like an angel, and like stuck around me if I need it kind of thing. And sometimes, and then there's Hollow. I make it Hollow my youngest because my depression and all that stuff happened when I was way younger, and I've just been dealing with it freaking ever. So that's that. And then Cinder here is with Roxas, and they're kind of like in the middle. If not, Roxas is just a little bit older than Cinder, but they're like in the middle. They're the middle children of my like personas. Um, if you want to put them like in age groups, I don't really know like the age for them. I just know that Ranger's the oldest, Hollow's the youngest, and then uh, Cinder and Roxas are just in the middle there. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry I keep holding back my head. I might need a break. So let me just go like this. Even though you guys see my face, I just need to break up. Ooh, oh, Cinder is a little uncomfortable to wear sometimes. So yeah, that was that. Um, I guess I can start on. Um, Let me just start on the. If you haven't seen my other video before this one, you might be confused. Just go watch a little bit of that one to keep update. My internet went out, like I said. Sorry, my internet went out. So anyhow, spiritual stuff, because that's why I have Cinder here, and because of it was Halloween and stuff. Um, and even though I wouldn't really want to call this a Halloween thing, but I just thought I'd do something for Halloween, even though I know I'm very late to do that. Um, and I'm sorry, like I said, I've been very busy. Um, so yeah, so I guess we can start when I was young. For the spirit stuff. I was at the time being didn't know I was actually hearing voices. I didn't realize that I was actually, you know, talking to spirits and talking to like things that are actually out there. Um, I thought, it could have just been my parents. It could have just been something. I didn't know it was actually like an entity. Uh, and after I heard stuff about our house and how it was located and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, that maybe explains it. And that really maybe does explain it. So, anyhow, I was really young at the time being, and I kept hearing people call my name, and I'm like, yeah, hello. And they're like, we didn't say nothing. I'm like, okay. So I talked to myself a lot. I did. I really talked to myself a lot. I played with little pet shops and lots of hideouts, the stuff. Luckily, nothing with hunting factors, so and the fix. So that happened, and when I was also young, I ended up having a dream. I have a lot of dreams now. It's not, uh, sometimes not your usual dreams. But it was me, really young. Like when I had this dream, I was even younger in my dream than when I had this dream, and I was outside my school that I was going to at the time being before middle school and all that stuff, and before I got homeschooling and all that things. So I end up outside of that school. We had like this fence off gate. We had it was like metal chain. I forgot what you call it. It's like metal and it's like a fence thing. Anyhow, we had that kind of thing. I was on the outside of it, and we had where the school is. It has like a lot of houses and stuff. It's a little neighborhood thing. So in case you can ever walk to school, you can usually walk to school if you look into the houses. So we had that happen, and um, I was standing on the outside. And I don't know why I ever had this dream. I never had it again. It never came to me again. So I'm like, why did this dream? And so it still has me confused a little bit to this day, in a way. I've kind of forgotten about it. I just didn't worry about it after I was like 16. So, anyhow, I just know I've always had this dream and just never can explain it. But I was young, didn't know what I was thinking, and I was, just staying there. There was one light on. The school was lit, I think. Yeah, the school was lit. It was all lit up, how it usually is at nighttime. And I was just standing outside. There was one light on, and I was just standing there, doing nothing. And I turned my head to my left. Let's see, what's in here? I think it's my left. Yeah, it's my left. So I turn my head to the left, and there's this tall, very tall black figure. I don't know what it was, but it was just a tall black figure. I didn't remember it. I don't know if it's an actual person I ever met in my life, but it was just a tall black figure. And this sat there. And I was like, what in the heck? Like going through my head, and I was like, ah. And then all of a sudden I got woken up. I think it was morning time or something. I don't know if I woke up in the night. I'm just like, what in the heck was that? Because I didn't know and never had the dream again. Never came back to me. I'm like, what did that mean? What? Like, even though I know these things now, I'm just like, what did that mean? Did it mean something? I don't know. Was it a weird dream? So then, like, years later, I didn't have much of dreams anymore. Like, I didn't have I never had nightmares. I don't usually have nightmares. Didn't start happening until I was like 15. No, 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 no. That happens until 13. Yeah. I was 13 and started having nightmares with some things. But yeah, that's that. I'm going to jump a little bit too ahead. But I just had dreams that I would wake up and it wouldn't be actually all world. It would be like our world, but not like our world. And I was always end up being a not human. So I'm sorry, I didn't want to sound like that, but really, I was not like a human. I was always like a werewolf or a wolf. I was like never a human in these dreams. I was never a human, and I've always liked these dreams that I've had because they felt calm. Like I felt like like I was telling my own self a story, and I was like living in that story and let myself sleep through that. And then I wake up and I'm just, waking up. Like I don't, So it's definitely been good. Been having those. I always have those. Um, Even when I'm here, I don't have them that much anymore, but I did have them like a good long time. I think I've maybe stopped having them in my senior year though for high school, and then recently they've just been like coming Anyhow, so that's what that was happening for the longest time. Um, I just wasn't in it for like a week kind of thing. And then 13, so this was like when I was, I don't remember what age, maybe I was like 6, 7 when that was happening. So that, when I was having that dream of the figurine and all that stuff. And then jump to when I was like 12 and 13, I was then having those non-human dreams. I was not a human. And I kept on having those until I was 13, 14, and then I started having nightmares. And in these nightmares, because at the time being I was not, that's when my depression, and I'm going to say my depression anxiety happened. And I'm sorry to this figure, sorry to this person if it is a person I'm thinking who's watching, but that's when I had my anxiety and depression because that's when she flipped. She wasn't. We can just say I'm gonna call this woman because she was a woman and I didn't know this woman. Um, but she flipped on me. She wasn't caring. She just was this whole other thing. I don't even know the word. And she, you can say, traumatized me with a lot of things. And I kept having those nightmares until I was at least 19 years old. Okay. So you can say it didn't happen a lot after I ended up moving. So I moved when I was 16. Um, but a lot of stuff like that. I kept having nightmares. When I actually did have nightmares, it would be her in my dreams and doing stuff that actually she did to me in person. But it was just like living inside my head and it just kept on happening over and over and over. And I would sometimes wake up gasping and I would feel pain right here in my chest. It kept on just happening though. And I'm like, oh. So my dad gave me the opportunity to move. Of course, I did not say no. I left. I needed to. I was trapped. Um, so, but I can still continue hearing voices in the house when I was growing up and stuff until I moved out when I was 16. And then I moved to here, and I didn't realize some spiritual things. I didn't get to really see that stuff until around 2019, I think it was, maybe. Like, I heard kind of voices here and there, like hear something, but I didn't really hear it in some ways. And then 2021, 2019, I think we have, yeah, I think we had a friend living with us, and he took me to some places. And when we were driving down the road, there was a woman standing on the side of the road, and it was like she was in a dress of some type, and it looked like the old dress that you would wear, kind of thing. And she looked like a mom, so I guess she was like in her 50s, maybe 40s, and she was just standing there, and we just right back past, and we both just saw it, right? And we turned around really quick and drove back, and she was totally gone. It's like, what in the heck just happened? Like, we were like sitting there, like, what the heck? And so then he took me to a different spot, and I think I saw a little girl. He thinks that I could have saw something else, but I really feel like I just saw a little girl in this abandoned building. It was like abandoned. There was something getting built there, but it was like so abandoned. And it was like this little girl. She was in a white dress, and I was like, "What in the heck?" And I just saw her though, because we were driving. I'm like, can you go back? And he's like, okay. Turn around. I'm like, I just saw her standing right there. I'm pointing right there. I'm like, saw a silhouette of a little girl. And he's like, okay. I'm like, so that happened on both the same night, I think. If not, it happened two separate nights. But it happened like back to back kind of thing. And then we came back, and my stupid, needless to say, family member wanted to carry around a cursed object. I don't know why, but he ended up bringing something in the freaking house, and our at the time game room, like the second room that we had, it would have the lights going blinking on us and you know doing weird stuff sometimes. And then because the guest room was just like right there. My room was like over here, and and then there was a bathroom in the middle. And I always slept with the door open, because it would. I didn't really get good air conditioning in my room, so it would get really hot. It was really cold. So I left the door open, and at the time being, I wish I could have read something or something when I was sleeping at night, because it was happening multiple nights. There would be a figure green, and this house was just built. Like, no, I think nobody else lived in the house. If so, there was like one other person lived in the house, but like we was the second person who lived in the house. So there was still fresh new, but there was a black silhouette again. I don't know if it was man, I don't know if it was female, standing at my doorway and just watching me sleep. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So that was happening the whole time we was there for how many years we ended up staying at the house. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then he ended up going. Sometimes you go and look at me taking a shower, and I'm like, what the heck? So I was dealing with a freaking silhouette, and it wasn't leaving me alone. It didn't feel creepy, so that's why I was like, didn't make it too much of a big deal, because it did feel creepy, but it definitely just kept watching me, and I was like, look, like the eyes were just like looking at my soul. I'm just like, wait a minute, because I never saw demons really. I was always hearing the voices and stuff. So then we ended up moving again. Never saw any silhouettes or anything again. Then we had to move again, and then I think fine, uh, and stuff, and then this house. Thank God, I'm not saying that's true. Um, I haven't been seeing anything or heard anything, luckily. Um, I think that's been it though. But yeah, I've always heard something. I've always now seen stuff, and I'm just like, great. Luckily nothing so evil. And then I've read some tarot cards to some people, and like, yeah, that's what I'm going through, and that's what's been happening. And I'm like, okay. And they understood the message that they were getting through. And I'm like, wow. It's still kind of to this day, because I was just watching a video. I'm like, there's this thing happening still? Holy cow. Like, why are people being this dumb and things? Like, it's so crazy that there is another thing in the universe, another stuff out there, because they always stay try to get in contact with people like that can understand them and see them and things. So if you ever see me, sometimes I would wear locks. Anymore I do it for negativity, because I dealt with enough negativity. I'm still having to deal with it, but and anxiety and all that, so depression. And recently just dealt with it really bad. So I was not able to make any videos for a long time or anything. I post much of stuff because what's been happening. But oh, I forgot there was also sometimes I feel like spirits can actually talk to you through something or show you through something because the whole time I think it was in 11th grade and 12th grade. No, 10th grade. 10th grade and 11th grade. So this, like I was saying, it was from my dad's mom, and she has nicknamed me. Um, that always took a nickname kind of special to my heart, even though I'm not crazy about it. But, it was her thing to me, and I was, little at the time. So she called me this nickname the whole time I was in 10th grade and 11th grade. I always had to take PE. I only had to take it one semester actually, so I got out of it when I was in 10th, 11th grade because I was like, I don't want to take it again. I want to take something else better than PE. So, because I already did PE another time, from something doing school and things. So but the whole time I was in PE, 11th grade and 10th grade, I'd take it. But 11th grade, I was only like in it for half a semester, not like really a full semester even. So, but the whole time it was like springtime, and I don't know if this is an actual thing, but I saw a lot of I saw a lot of ladybugs. I would like go because we had like the court where you had to run around the court and stuff because you had the track team and all that things. And there's always these ladybugs that would come to me and just sit with me and just hang out. I'm like, hold on, is she here with me right now? Because I keep telling myself that I wish I could have said sorry to her because I realized how it was when I was younger. I was getting manipulated, to just say it like that. And I always wanted to say to her, I'm like, I'm sorry. I wish I could have been a better granddaughter. And, I kept on telling her, like, I've always thought she would watch over me in a way. So I was just kept on talking to her in here and there. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I wish I could have been a better granddaughter to you. And I was, um, saying all these like things. I'm just so sorry. I didn't know I was getting manipulated. I didn't know I was being not myself. I was, believing this other crap. And I've been able to, after like I was 19 or something, 20, I was able to, stop doing it so much because I think that she maybe finally got the message because since then I've not received any little bugs, ladybugs around me. Only it was my 12th grade, and the next day I was graduating, and I got to see a little ladybug on that day, and she stayed with but she was with my older brother actually more than me, but that was okay. I felt like she was made there that one day. Um, But yeah, I just haven't received any bugs lately, and I'm okay with that. I just want her to know that I'm sorry. And now I know I got to play tic tac toe with her, and I went and visited her. Like I say, she came to us, and she stayed with us for a while, but then she, um, got her own little spot, and I went and visited her kind of on a regular basis, and even though she, lost herself to cancer at me being such a young age, because it was in 2013, I feel like she knows that I'm sorry, maybe. Um, because I really am. I'm sorry to. Good. amount of people in my life. I didn't realize some things. I've been able to, work on that since then, though. Um, Definitely these past my senior year and 11th grade. I'm sorry, so my senior year, so 2021 and 2022 this year. I've been able to like reflect on a lot of things. So yeah, I'm sorry I just started crying. This I still do mess her. I actually do keep a little thing for her. And that's why I'm kind of upset that this book doesn't really have no pictures of her. I actually had to print out pictures of my grandma. Because that, but I fixed her eyes. The eyes were already missing. It had Google eyes. But I put some resin and put some copper looking stuff and made, because that's what my grandma had. Because this was her spider. She had it always on her truck, and it would go like this and dance when it was going down the road. So I'm like, I'm keep a lot of stuff from my grandma because she she was one of those bad A grandmas in a good way, not a bad. She was definitely there, and she was amazing. I can always talk so much good about her. I've had so many memories, even though they're a little faded. They're so good though. So yeah, that happened. Around 11th grade, 12th grade, and then 12th grade. Because it was definitely way before this we got into this house. It was 12th grade, and I ended up having a dream again. I haven't had much dreams before that. Was if so, just non like werewolves and non-human dreams. This was 10th grade and 11th grade. So 12th grade happened. I had a dream, and now I have these dreams kind of here and there. I don't have them like often, but it's making me feel the way, and I think it's how I made. I talked to somebody about it, and they saying that it's maybe a closure thing or just a something. And I'm like, whoa, maybe so, because I'm now like I was done. So maybe it doesn't work for everybody like that, but definitely it was something for me, all right. So it was a 12th grade year. I was 11th grade. I went to visit South Carolina. I went to visit my hometown. Um, Sorry, I know all over the place, but I visited South Carolina and my hometown. Um, and I went there for one Christmas year, and I would never forget it again. And we can just say I ended up going home that Christmas, going home after Christmas and stuff, and I didn't really stay as long as I wanted to because of that thing that happened. So we can just say that I never thought of the same way again. Um, we can just say that that woman, she scarred me again, and I was getting terrified out of my life. And I, left to go back to where I live, my state. Most likely now be staying because I can never really go back to my hometown because a lot of people don't want me there. So I don't have anybody to really go back to for. Um, so yeah, that happened in 11th grade year, and I didn't. I just, didn't really care what I had to say too much of things. Um, and so I came back, 12th grade year, it was graduation, they'll like you bring your family, but if you get rained out, you can only have so many people in this building. So I was like, okay, um, I noted, I noted the two people that wanted to come to my graduation automatically because they were, helping me through homeschool and stuff, and it was my brother and my dad. I noted those two people I wanted to go be homeschooled right away. Like I wanted them to come to my graduation because I was like, he was, hung out with me, played video games, and so it was that kind of way. And I was like, and if this one person was watching, this is very true. I did not want to have her there at all. Exactly. I didn't care if she came, if she wanted to come, knock herself out until she came. So somehow she got in the building. I will never understand how she got in the building because I didn't get the thing. But she was definitely mad at me for not giving her one of those things that to let you in the building because we did get rained out, and she was mad. I didn't want to choose between her and the other person that was coming because I only had one left. Because the third one I gave it to was this girl that's, it's just a girl that we knew. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want this woman to come to my graduation because she'd never helped me. She gave up on me and she didn't help anything for us, and she gave me nightmares for my rest of my life. So, and she hasn't been trying to fix it. She tells me that she tries to fix it. She's not trying to fix it. So, that's been happening. That's been happening. And I just, could never really forgive her. She's like, oh, I didn't try. No, I don't remember if she ever tried. If she did, it left after 11th grade. It was like, I know that I was not welcome to South Carolina much anymore, and I had no point of being there. Um, I could just start my life here and just, kind of start over and try to make friends here and stuff. Sadly, I haven't been really able to make much friends. If so, they didn't like what I had to say about them, and they left me. So, but I only know about true people. I don't know. I know about fake people. Because I had fake people a lot when I was growing up. So anyhow, fast forward all that. I graduate. They end up being there. I was so mad. But it's how life goes. And then after that, I got jobs. Was moving on in my own life, then I had to move, and then I ended up getting fired from some other jobs, or let it go for some odd reason because they would ghost me and not give me any hours and stuff. Um, and things. So I had that stuff happen, and then this last house that we stayed in before we moved, I had a dream. Um, so all those dreams were, like I was saying, werewolves and things. But this dream that I had though, it wasn't a nightmare. It was scary at first, like a lot, actually kind of a lot scary at first. But after I realized some stuff and how it got told to me, I understand it because I had enough of this woman's crap. I'm going to say. So in this dream, as I fell asleep, like I, like every other night, didn't expect to have anything. But this dream, though, it was like deep. Though I was like asleep. I ended up in this black room. I'm guessing it was a black room because there was no light shining through. And I don't know if there can be light shining through these things because I've never been stuck in one. And now I feel like I've had, but I know I haven't. So my dream, I have. So in this dream, I was stuck to this woman and being, I don't know if I really should say, but I don't know if I should say, but this woman, I've been grew up with her until I was 16, and left because I got tired of the crap. So anyhow, I am having this dream. She was dead though, so she was not living. I was so I was stuck in a coffin, and I was just stuck there. Like I couldn't move nothing. I tried moving, nothing. I couldn't break out, kind of thing. And I turned my head, and I was uh, able to look around still because like I saying, I was stuck there. I was like this though, and I was tied. Like I don't know if it was rope, but I was tied to her around my waist, and I just I felt like I couldn't move. And I looked back, and it was that woman, and I'm like, what in the heck? And I just kept looking around. I was still in that dream. I just couldn't get out, and I was just like, what you freak? And I just I couldn't get out. And I finally woke up. I woke out of the dream. And I was like sitting there. I was like, what? Like I was like awake. And I was like, what in the heck? And I was sitting there. I'm like, am I actually awake this time? And I'm just like looking around the room. And I'm like, whoa, because I never had a dream something like that. I never really got to really break free from it. But at the same time, it's like, huh? And I told it to the girl, and she's saying that I was maybe because I had enough for that woman's crap. It was like the tie, like I was ending the tie of the rope that was connecting me and that person to that woman, and to break it off. Because after having that dream, I could never call the woman. I could never call the woman her actual, like I have a mother, father, brother, and all that. I could not call her mother. So after having that dream, I could never call her that ever again. I had to call her by her name. Like every time I'm like talking about her, I call her by her name. I can't call her by her like mother, father kind of thing. So um, this just say it like that, and I then uh, it just broke off. And after that, I never had a dream with her in it ever again. And I felt more at ease with some things. Now, this last time I went and visited back in hometown, I didn't feel the same energy. Like, I felt strange. I didn't feel safe anymore. I didn't every time I got back, because we were staying somewhere else at the time being when I was, when we was there and things. Every time I get back to the place, I would just be so dread tired and be wanting to go to sleep and stuff because I would feel emotionally drained. So I guess it's our emotions still there, but the connection is just it's not there. It's not like into connecting again. It's not. It just feels so weird being back at that place. Like I can never, and she's never looked the same afterwards. At the same time, she's always looked kind of weird and just like, oh, give me the creepy vibes, and I'm just like, yeah, just it doesn't, never again. Um, and now I'm here. I'm at this. I'm right here, and I don't have anything with that. But before I had that dream, I did have some other dreams of her being in it, and it would always end up me dying or or killing somebody. I think if I remember right, or just I would always feel trapped. And then I have had this dream. I don't. I have nothing. I still kind of talk to her here and there. I don't like. I don't really ignore her, but it's maybe never to be ever the same thing, same way again because of that dream that I had. Because I'm was breaking away. I was just starting. Actually, let me get my tarot cards. Actually, here's my tarot cards. I'm gonna find a box. Not that type of box. Box, box. I'm trying to think where it is. Where is it? I see one box, but it can't be my box. Hurry. I'm disappointed. Oh, I will just get my unicorn. My unicorn taros because you can actually see the lettering and the lettering. Let me see if I can find the card. There it is. Because she's saying that I could have had something like this happen to me, the towel, and usually that is what I'm thinking of when people think of the card that is it's getting crumbled down and you rebuilding it back up and rebuilding it and like rebuild like having um like it came down and then you're rebuilding it, new beginnings and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, that can kind of be true. Because there's been some things I've been for that. So definitely been feeling like it, even though my website hasn't like gone anywhere, and I haven't been able to really make stuff for much people. Um, so, and I've just been, focusing on stuff that's been happening lately, and now I'm here telling the story. I've been all over the place, but that's what I've been dealing with for a lot of my life is just intoxication, manipulating, and I'm happy that my dad was able to show me the way. He was showing me the right way, and I was able to get out of there and realize some things. That's why I also, um, that's why I have this. This for my grandma. I should have towels. She had towel things. Um, and, I really like her. And then this is where I have because this one came later. This one album like came first. That's why there's a woman with a wolf there. You see, this was my first one I ever got, and that's why you see her kind of going like that. Because I've always loved wolves. I still do. I have so many wolf. How many wolf posters do I have? One, two, three, four, five 5 right now. Actually, they only have 5 posters of wolves. And then I have incense. I have a lot of dragons, actually, not those. Oh, I have one of incense. Someone ended up buying that for me. Um, okay, I do get an incense. I didn't realize. You know, I keep looking at the negative. No, I didn't recognize it. um, and that's why I have bottles. I bought some bottles for cancel out negativity. I have quotes and stuff, um, and my dad told me he wish he told I wish I told him when I was younger about some things I was dealing with, but um, for like spiritual stuff, because he would have told me then, and I just didn't know it was, I didn't know I was dealing with spirits and things. I didn't realize all that stuff that was happening when I was younger, because I didn't know anything. Now, if I could tell my younger self, I'd be like, no, no, he wasn't crazy. He wasn't. He was in a good spot. It's crazy. Spirits can be anything, and possession, and all that stuff can just be. If I don't want to mess with it, it's can be very spooky. I'm trying to tell people I don't want to mess around with that type of things. Even so, I found out about this stuff when I was like 13. Because I had a friend. She was like, "Oh, let's do this thing on this paper and ask it yes or no questions." I'm like, "No, that's the reason. I'm very spiritual. I believe in these things, so please, no. I don't want to deal with it, please." For the time being, I watched the Ouija board and Annabelle. Those are like pretty good movies, I think. I've tried to watch Halloween and classic Halloween stuff. I didn't care for it too much. So, that like the Ouija and Annabelle, because I kind of did feel scared because those things can actually exist. So I did, and I never collected dolls. Like I say, the only dolls I had was monster high dolls. That was it. Um, so, um, it's crazy. I don't care if people make fun of me being my own hobbies and being a tomboy, tomboy, whatever you want to call it. I'm just a human being like everybody else. I'm just, some spiritual things and all that stuff. They do exist. I don't care if people don't want to say they do. I've had way too many encounters with stuff to just say, oh, it's not true. So it's kind of hard finding, those right people in life. They can tell these things to tell, tell, tell them things and they can actually believe you or not. It's super crazy. And so I had a recently with a fight with. That's why I always thought I would tell things like this because recently on my social media, people will make fun because I would say furry and furries and this and that, and I'm just like, so it's just a hobby. It's just like the thing I can show my personality to and like actually realize that the thing is like it's a thing that's happened and stuff. And just, other people, you know, it's a group thing. Just like, it's so cool. I'm happy I found it. I'm not regretting that I'm making these things, and I am one because it's so cool. I'm hoping that I can maybe make enough money and then add somebody make me an actual thing for it because I would love to own one day, but for right now, I enjoy making them and will continue to make them for a really long time because I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. I've been made fun my whole life, and this isn't gonna stop me from doing it. Yeah, I'm a furry, I'm a gamer, I'm a cosplayer. It's just me. I was a gamer and a cosplayer way before I became a furry, so if that makes you feel any better, anybody out there. But I'm not in it for the sexual side, if you want to call it like that. I'm just on the outskirts of the circle, not the inside of the circle. And I made so many friends because of it. Yeah, they may be younger, but who freaking cares? At least I have friends I can talk to, kind of. Because I'm like I just had let go of a friend because he was believing lies, and I couldn't believe him because know, has his own stuff, and he's just apparently not gonna ever grow up. These few people I met in life, they're just apparently not gonna grow up. They're gonna always people relying on their parents, and I'm just like, you are gonna wake up one day and you're gonna fucking hate it. Even sorry for my language, but get go wake up and just you guys just hate it because I've been able to understand things way more than that they can ever understand. And he's saying that he always I can just say so much about this one person. It's just so sickening. Because they act like they were higher ground than me. I'm like, you're never gonna be higher than me. Yeah, you guys can be older than me, but you're never gonna be higher than me. You guys are so dumb. So I would talk about something, but at the same time, I know a lot of people can't talk bad about it because then they get screwed over on and social media and stuff. And like, how could you mean me? And we're gonna ban your account. We're gonna block your account because I've already had my account banned, hacked, and I have to delete my own account. And they've gone back to that social media because of it. Now you may see me on it again now, but it just happened. It's not really doing my main thing at all because I was trying to look at funny stuff. That's the only reason I really have that account. Just look at funny things and see what's happening. This stuff with the fandom, the furry fandom and stuff. Mm. And sorry, I didn't do it. That's this one of those moments right now when I'm having this trying to mess with something, not mess with my nails and trying to pick at me and you me. But I just can't believe all the people in my life. And I'm still trying to look for a friend, so trying to look for a person to go hang out with here and there. Because I haven't really made a friend. I've been able to make online friends again, but they live, not here where I live in this big state line. I can only talk to them through online because they have to put them up pretty far away. It's crazy, and I guess I'm just gonna end up staying single for so long. I just can't shoot myself because I already told myself I'm not online dating. I had too many bad experiences with online dating. And that's why I can't believe one person I knew of. And that's why I can't believe the guy because you're taking that other person's sayings and believing them instead of my own sayings. Because that other person was online dating and just like saying she will never grow up. Took us so long to even get a freaking job. On my pain at about freaking 16 years old. I had to because that woman gave up on me. Like, well, if you don't want to finish school, you go get yourself a job. And then I'll be dishwasher. But then my dad's like, do you want to move? And I said yes. Sorry. Space out. Do that. Watching anymore. Movies aren't that good. The only movies I have are dramatizing ones. Anymore. It's pretty sad. So, those are my stories for now. For spiritual things. It's okay if you guys out there don't believe in spiritual stuff. Everyone, they just have to experience to really believe it because it does sound crazy when you do say it in stories and just like have no proof of it. Really strange. And then my dad's told me stories and he's shown me pictures and all that stuff. So that's why also another reason I believe in that thing. And I just thought, it'd be a little spooky. And it make it sound spooky. Um, but yeah, just be careful for what you do out there. Don't try to summon stuff. Go easy on that things. Try to start something simple if you ever do. I'm never gonna do that kind of thing. But stay safe out there for that kind of thing. It's not something to really joke around with. Please, younger generation, don't joke around with that kind of stuff. Really don't. You make so many people worry and stuff. It's definitely nothing to really exactly joke around with. And also another thing, let you know, Ouija boards are always bad news. Never mess with them. Who cares what people say about them? They always are bad. Even if you do them in a cemetery, don't do them. I don't care if it's tempting. Don't listen to your friend for that because don't it's not worth it. Because Ouija boards are always bad. They're always bad. Nothing good. Tarot cards, they're fine. You just have to find the right cards, the right deck for yourself. You have to feel for it and feel like when it's ready for you to own something like that and sign for you to own something like that. I don't know what other people do for that kind of thing. And if you ever do crystals, there's a lot of crystals that are good out there, and if you do the moonlight to them, you can charge them that way, and they can help. They maybe they can't maybe like superly fix it, but it does work, and it's good to have them around if you felt negativity or if you feel um, if you need better sleep or just um, anything kind of really. You can make your own little drawers out there. You can buy stuff, get little rocks and put them into a drawer. But like I said, I've done that. And they definitely helped when I visited this last time to my hometown. This last October, they definitely helped. You know, I still felt the pain in my chest if I stayed there too long, but they definitely helped. So just make sure that you charge them, and only with the moonlight, and full moons will be like the peakest time for that kind of thing. Um, if you have like stuff like that. I don't take off all my word about it. I'm not like a super expert at this. I just do my own research and things. So that's why I'm just telling you what I know of. And just really be safe with that kind of stuff out there because they can exist. You can end up talking to your loved ones and let them pass on, or you can pass on and have no regrets. Things like that. I keep pinching myself a little bit. These are really strong magnets. I have these magnets because some of these I don't mess with it with eyelids, so I can give them inspection, like angry eyebrows or something. But yeah, sorry the videos, so long. I spaced out for a little bit here and there. Sorry for that. But I hope you enjoyed the stories that I've told you. Stay safe out there. Yeah. I'm sorry, and Disney go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't leave a like and subscribe and comment for another story video or just another game video that's gonna come out sooner or later. Don't know when that's gonna be. I know I was playing Genshin Impact. That will be coming back. I just been dealing with things. But after November, maybe in the middle of November. We could just say 2 weeks from now. Like, videos might be on a regular basis. If not, I'll just you guys will see me posting here and there then. On YouTube, and it's gonna be Genshin Impact or just some game on the PS4 because that's the easiest way right now for me. So able to podcast a game and do a live stream. And I know I was doing a story and stopped in the middle of it and haven't gone back to it. So I might play Genshin Impact in like 2 weeks from now. If not, maybe next week. Maybe next week. We just have to see how next week goes. I have a very important thing next next so not next to the week Tuesday after that I have an important thing I cannot miss. I don't know how long that's gonna be taking, so maybe that night I can maybe post a video, but I'm not I don't know. I just have to see how things go. For that. I just know I'm gonna be very busy on that thing. But yeah, just see how things go. I promise you I will do that Genshin Impact video and show you more of that story that I was doing. I still need help on it, by the way. If you guys are ever wanting to help and things, I do need still help to fight this boss. So if you didn't realize what I was, because I didn't have a microphone. Um, I need help fighting that thunder thing. I need help fighting that. If there's a way someone can actually help me fight it, or if not, and if I have to do it on my own, just tell me who characters I need and to level up them and figure out how to defeat that thing because that's how I can continue the story. If I defeat that thing, the main story, um, I have to defeat it though. And then I have like one other quest that I still need to do, and then it will let me do like some of the main stuff. But I've not been able to do the main story because of that reason. I'm stuck, literally. Um, I never really get stuck a lot on Genshin Impact. I usually can just figure out where to go and just do it. So it's weird that I'm stuck right now. I'm Genshin Impact, but don't worry, Genshin Impact will come back. I'll put that as a video continuation so you guys can know the story. So yeah, I think that's it for ideas. Yeah, like I was saying, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye bye bye.